Well, everyone, iPadOS 16 has been out for maybe a few days now, not even a week, and I can definitely tell you this update is very, very interesting. Now, I haven't really been using it a crazy amount, but iPadOS 16 is not a really that crazy big of an update for any of these older iPads. Now, you look at this iPad and it looks fairly new, right? It's not an old iPad, doesn't have a home button, and honestly, it's not really an outdated iPad. This is an iPad Pro third generation, right? This is a very good iPad still, but even an iPad Air 4, right? There are so many iPads that have been out for a few years now that are still very capable machines. But when I look at what Apple pretty much did with iPadOS 16, they really differentiated basically the A series of iPads, which are the A14, A12Z, A12X chips like these things have, or even the A14 Bionic and even the A15 Bionic on the iPad mini 6 versus the iPads that have M1 chipsets. Now the M1 chipset devices are like the M1 iPad Pros and the M1 iPad Air that just came out. Now, very interesting. There's a lot of people talking about this, but this article from iMore, basically they say these iPadOS 16 features only work on the M1 iPads, and there are so many features that's not even funny. First of all, these are the iPads that are supported. I'm sure everyone knows the iPad 5th generation onwards, but very interesting. One of the biggest features within iPadOS 16, and scrap that there were just way too many ads here. Let's go to 9 to 5 Mac, okay? They basically stated the same thing. There are so many features. Here are some of them, right? So Stage Manager, one of the biggest features within iPadOS 16 that Apple spent a lot of time talking about for not only the iPads, but also macOS as well. That is only available for the M1 iPads. There is really no point or reason why Apple did that. I believe Apple made another iPad Pro, the 4th generation, in 2020. I bought it, I reviewed it. It was a very fast and capable machine, and the difference between that iPad and an iPad and with M1 chipset really wasn't that crazy, to be honest. And Apple did not bring this Stage Manager feature over to those iPads. It makes really no sense at all. That also brings the Resizable Windows, the Center app, which showcases you the Center app there, fast access to windows and applications, overlapping windows, so many other things, but also external display support for M1 iPad, just like how they have it here. This would totally make sense if Apple brought it over to all the iPad Pros that have USB Type-C ports. If they have, because you can already connect a USB Type-C monitor to this thing, it makes it very easy. But unfortunately with something like this, we don't get that feature on these iPads either. We also get reference mode for these 12.9-inch iPads, but again, only M1 iPad Pros or the M1 iPad Air. And there are a few features here and there that are supported with these iPads, but honestly, for a lot of these updates that Apple brought this time around, they really kind of differentiated all the older models and these newer models. And look at something like this iPad Pro. I mean, this thing is still in very good physical shape. I mean, forget the shape for a second. The difference between the bodies is not that crazy. The difference between the chipsets is not that crazy either. Yes, this one is a little bit of a dated chipset, but Apple put it that way. And with the 2020 iPad Pro, that was almost the same chipset as this, and that came out not even barely 2 years ago. So I'm not too sure what Apple is doing. I don't really think iPadOS 16 is a great iPad. I really don't think iPadOS 16 is a great update for these older iPads. It's great for these M1 chipset ones, but I'm not too sure what Apple did with these ones, to be honest. So that kind of covers it. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.